So we are still on our third topic, and we were looking at installation materials and accessories. We've looked at cables, and now today we are looking at conduits. So what is a conduit? So a conduit is a tube or a pipe in which conductors are run. In effect, the conduit replaces the PVC sheathing of a cable by providing mechanical protection for the insulated conductors. A conduit installation can be rewired easily or altered at any time, and this flexibility coupled with the mechanical protection can actually makes a conduit installation popular for commercial and industrial applications. Types of conduits. So we have PVC conduit. PVC, as you can remember, I said means polyvinyl chloride. We have steel conduit, we have flexible conduit, and we have stainless steel conduit. Let's look at PVC conduit. The composition of PVC conduit. So the basic material is polyvinyl chloride, that is PVC, which is produced in both flexible and rigid forms. It's impervious to acids, alkalis, oil, aggressive soils, fungi, and bacteria, and is unaffected by sea and air. PVC conduit may be buried in lime, concrete, or plaster without harmful effects. Choice of PVC conduit. So the choice is dependent on the type of work being undertaken and the job specification. Heavy gauge conduit is normally used in surface work and for forming on-site installations. Light gauge round conduit is suitable for concealed work. Oval conduit is normally chosen for use in plaster walls and can be used for drops in surface work. So we need to understand that the most used types of conduits are the heavy gauge conduit and the light conduit. The heavy gauge conduit are basically used in areas where you can do the bends, because you can easily bend the heavy gauge conduits, but on the light gauge, that's the PVC, and the light one, if you bend, they can break. So you realize that in the normal operation of electricians, the heavy gauge conduit or PVC conduit always have a red mark, and the light gauge conduit has a blue mark. So if you buy a conduit, check if it is marked red or blue, because if it's marked red, then you can bend it. If it's blue, you cannot bend it, it might break. So that's something a concept you need to take care of. Jointing of PVC conduit. So PVC conduit is most often jointed by placing the end of the conduit into an appropriate fitting. This appropriate fitting is called a coupler. And remember, they are of different sizes, maybe 20 millimeter, 25 millimeter, 32 millimeter, and so forth. So joints into accessories can be easily made dry or by use of silicone, grease, or a permanent solvent, dependent on the installation conditions. The silicone grease should be used for expansion couplings and where an installation may be subjected to future alteration. You really need to note that care should be taken when using adhesives, and the adhesive you always use is the target glue, which are prochemical based, and as such are quite flammable and volatile. So replace the lid on this tin immediately after use, because if you don't, then it can dry. It can dry up, or it will lose its adhesive qualities. Use in a ventilated area away from naked flames because of the chemical compound. Under no circumstances should you smoke while working with the adhesive, because actually it's flammable. So if adhesive should get into your eyes, seek first aid immediately. So I'll give you the pictorial, the pictures or the images of some of these conduit fittings, like open saddles, spacer bar saddles, oval strap saddle, oval clip, round U clip. I'll give you the images. PVC conduit is fixed in the same way as a metal conduit. All horizontal runs should be saddled and not more than 900 millimeter, that is approximately 9 centimeters. Intervals, unless high ambient temperature or rapid changes in temperature are likely to be encountered, then intervals should be reduced. Vertical runs should be saddled at not more than 1200 millimeter, that is approximately 12 centimeters. Intervals, except where the directional changes are made. Saddles should be installed approximately 1500 millimeter, that is 150 millimeter, that is 1.5 centimeter, either side of a bend. Conduit should be able to move freely in the side. Advantages of a PVC conduit. Care must be taken when gluing joints to avoid forming a barrier across the inside of the conduit. So if you use too much adhesive, it might clot inside and cause a barrier, which might affect you during the time you are drawing cables through the conduit. So if insufficient adhesive is used, the joint may not be waterproof. So you are supposed to use a moderate amount of the adhesive when doing jointing, because if you use less, then the joint might allow water to go through it. So you must use a required amount of adhesive when doing conduit jointing. So PVC expands about 5 times as much as steel, and this expansion must be allowed for. So when doing conduiting, please, you need to, there's some spaces in between the conduits, so that because of the changes of weather, maybe during cold it contract, and maybe during hot or warm periods it contract. So you must allow for that breathing during contraction and expansion. So PVC does not offer the same level of mechanical protection as steel. So a separate circuit or protective conductor must be run inside the conduit. So if you're supposed to, maybe you are using PVC conduit, you're supposed to run both the 3 conductors, maybe the phase, the neutral, and the earth. But if you're using the metal one, the steel conduit, then the conduit itself will act as the protection. So you're not allowed to run again the earth cable inside such kind of conduits. But in this PVC, now you have to introduce the earth or the earth wire through the inside the conduit.